Okay, so I'm going to show you guys, a lot of people have been asking some videos for me to put back up about just heaps of things in general. I do a lot of writing these days and write things up. I don't do enough videos, so I see people all the time. I'm getting to hear a lot of people's really good, their needs, their wants and desires these days, and everyone is basically saying the same thing. They don't know what to do, where to go, who to ask, and basically what's the most affordable, what's the easiest, safest solution to get you there. And I believe there is a way to get you there, and it's just a matter of, and what I'm doing is going out and talking to masseuses, chiropractors, physios, doctors, everyone, and really picking their brains, listening to them, and then just listening to everyone in general, linking all the dots together, and basically just trying to come up with the way that he's going to get everyone there the best way, basically. So if we're talking about basically, a lot of people want to know something to do with how muscles work a bit with a couple of exercises, and because some people go, well, when I do a bicep curl, if I'm going to be using this and going like this, and people go, well, I feel it in my shoulders. So if you can start to think along the lines, okay, so whatever I'm holding, you have to think of secondary and third muscle groups that have to come into effect to help you do the movement, basically, or help support do the movement. So you can literally do a bicep curl here and stand up, right? So you can do it here. Okay. Well, the other way is, and what I've shown many people, is literally sit down here, with your feet like that, or feet flat, and your elbows stay behind your knees, and it's here. So you're actually using, there is less tension off the traps, and there's more tension over the back as a whole. So meaning the back is actually not fired up as much, and it's actually more relaxed, especially the trap. So when you're here, nothing else moves, and it's just that motion. So you can do this anywhere. Now, someone I was training with was having problems with their back, and we were struggling to find some really great ways to take out the assisting muscles in the movement. So literally, I got them to lie down on the ground and do bicep curls. So you can still do the exact same thing. You can use a bag if you want to, and all this has a relevant place in doing it. You need to know just how your body works, how it feels. So you can put your elbows here and literally just do that, or relaxing a bit more. And then, so people go, well, what's the point of doing that? I mean, if I can stand here and lift a lot of weight, and then literally you're putting yourself mechanically weaker by lying on the ground and doing it off your knees, you're mechanically weaker the further you go down the link in a chain, but you need to understand how that works itself. So if you're then to lie on the ground, you're cutting the weight literally by a factor of 3, literally. So, and people go, well, will I actually grow? And yes, you will, because a muscle doesn't know what you're doing to it, literally. We're just a being that just beats, basically. We'll be able to come up with so many things to break down everything, skeletal systems, muscle systems, anatomy, physiology, all that stuff. So what I am trying to do is break it down further and further and further, take out other assisting muscles, and explain to you that you can do and get just as much burn, just as much tension in the bicep by doing that lying on the ground, rather than standing and using so much momentum and force, and causing at the same time a lot of stress and strain right in here in the joints in the elbow at the front where it all connects. Because as you come down, gravity wants to force and pull you down and away. Now if you're using a dumbbell and a bar, gravity can only exert force in one direction, which is straight down. But as you lower out, that tension gets greater as you come further away from you. So this is why bands, this is why cables and machines are so much better, because they're controlled in one fluid motion of whatever angle or plane it's in. So you can manipulate anything. So you can then start to do even a bicep curl literally here. and nothing else moves, and it's the same again. Now if you do it here, some people do it here and then they go like this. So you're basically putting a swing momentum into it. So look at your arm and look at where you want the cable to go, and height does have a factor. So if I'm to put it further down here, and I keep my arm straight, and all I do is that, and yes, I'm working a hell of a lot of the bicep. If I start to bring it all the way to the top, if I keep my arms low, I'm then actually doing a bit of a strength curve. So this is going a bit off topic again, but within each muscle group you've got strength curves. So if I do biceps, down the bottom where we're weakest to initiate that pull to get it up, then the middle we're always strongest, then at the top the same again. But I believe in what I've come up with so many things is there are strength curves within strength curves. So if I do standing bicep, do a bicep here, and then there's in the middle, and then there's 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then I can do that, I could sit on a 45-degree angle, and the same again. Or I could literally lie on the ground, and literally have my arms out to the side and do bicep curls that way. So my elbows are on the ground, and I'm doing bicep curls like that. And the same thing applies to the machine here. The distance you stand, so if I'm to do a bicep curl here, and then if I'm to do one here, now I'm straight with the body, and if I'm to do one 30 degrees down or something like that, you can see how it changes again. The idea is each area has a specific function on the body. Usually if I start to do on a 45-degree angle bicep curl, you'll feel it in your lower back because the angle is going to be wanting to pull your body forward a lot more. If you're really close and doing it here, gravity is just essentially going to be straight up and down. But if you're here as well, that tension is going to want to pull you forward. But then again, if you're on this plane, doing it here, you have to go lighter. So I can, stand here, sure, do a lot of weight, but then when I do it here, I have to cut the weight literally in half. Because you're not using other assisting muscles to help in the movement. So that's the whole idea of and that's just biceps, and then you can apply that to triceps. Like, the list goes on. The amount of things I've come up with, the weight that I lift these days is very light, but my burn is to an extreme. It's in the same rep range as if I was to stand here with a bar and lift, 25 kilos each side at least. What's the point? I mean, it's just strain and wear and tear on the body, and other assisting muscle groups trying to hold you up and just pulling you down. It's just too much. It's just too sore on the body. Literally, it's got too many other things to recover. And if you want to train shoulders and chest, mechanically you're going to be weaker. And then when you're weaker, you start using other assisting muscle groups for them to come in, kick in more to perform the function, which is not necessarily the idea of what you're after. I mean, every single muscle group can be separated into working mechanical parts. You just have to know how they work, what direction they flow in. So all areas of the body need to be worked. So you've got all planes starting from here, so if that's chest and back, all in that plane, and then shoulders. Now shoulders is probably one of the best things, cables and bands, for growing. I mean, if you want to make the length of the shoulder, any part of the shoulder, such as the 3 heads, really round and really full, cables will do that. Because with a dumbbell, the force sort of only goes, I don't even have to use a dumbbell, I can just use a weight plate and put your finger in it. But if you do it, you'll find that this part in here, it's just easy, you can swing that all day. As soon as any starts to lift up high, even that's hard. So, knowing that gravity only exerts force in one direction, just straight down, bars and dumbbells do that. So anytime it goes out and is further away from you, it is causing more friction and more stress on the joints, big time. And all the other assisting muscle groups, every time it goes further away from you, you have to kick in more to help stabilize the working muscle group, which is not the idea. So bands and cables are like the best thing for the body and for growth, and you can train more frequently if you like. So this video went on for a while, sorry about that. I'll wrap it up and I will do some more. Cheers.